Bismillah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. With me, Shahmi Zalani, and right now you are listening to our program called Young Scholars, only on IIUM FM, your campus radio. With me, Associate Professor Dr. Ainul Aznin, Associate Professor from Department of English, Language and Literature, AHAS IIUM, AHAS KIRKHS IIUM. Thank you, Doctor. Welcome to the show, Doctor.
Thank you very much for inviting me, Shahmi.
Okay.
Assalamualaikum to everyone.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah. Okay, Doctor. So, for the start, we want to the topic of this episode. Actually, this is the last episode for our semesters, Doctor. So, our topic is how to publish in high impact journals. Right. So maybe for the start, maybe you can share what is actually high impact journals looks like, and maybe you can define or maybe you can compare what is the differentiation for compared high impact journals and other journals or maybe common journals.
Okay. All right. First and foremost, thank you so much, Shahmi, for inviting me to the show. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. All right. When we talk about academia, all right, we cannot run away from publication. Yeah, we cannot run away from writing. All right, and given the topic that we have today, young scholars, I believe all our postgraduate students, yeah, they have to be aware about publication. All right, they have to be on their toes when it comes to publishing their work. All right. Yes, there are many types of publication when we talk about writing, when we talk about article writing. So at the university level, there are different levels of publication. All right. Of course, the ones that are easier to penetrate. When I say penetrate, that means easier to be accepted. All right. The articles that are not really in the high impact category. All right.
Okay.
That means they are not indexed. Yeah. These are the more probably the more local journals that we have. They have not reached a certain level of rigor, yeah, because when you talk about high impact publication, the articles would have been reviewed, yeah, at least by two reviewers, and there are many aspects to the article that will be reviewed, that will be examined, yeah, not just language but content, also whether they are thematically in line with the journal's themes and so on and so forth. High impact publication, I would say, is something that all academicians would target, yeah, in the work that they do. If you are a postgraduate student, for example, you can start from publishing in your own university's journal. Maybe not so much in the index journal, but you can start from there. Some journals in your universities may not be indexed yet, but you will learn, yeah, to pick up all the steps in article publication. In Malaysia, we have our own My Site or My Journal. These are indexed by our ministry. And then, of course, at the higher level, at the international level, we also have Scopus, there's ERA, yeah, and different publication will have other types of indexing.
Okay, Doctor. Maybe I want to ask about the requirement for our universities, right,
Mm.
Doctor? So for postgraduate students, I believe that many of our brothers and sisters out there is already aware that they need to publish
Of course.
at least one.
Mm-mm.
So maybe you can share what is there any specific publication that need to be produced by the students? Is it
Yes.
in journals or any kind of publication, maybe writing in articles or
Yes.
maybe
Of
you can share
course.
about that.
Yes, I think this is part of our training, yeah, for our postgraduate students at master's level and at PhD level. For graduation requirement, yes, you have to publish, yeah. But again, it will vary from maybe from one kuliah to another. Yeah, at PhD level, for example, we do expect our students to publish in some of these journals. There are different equivalents. Yeah, so perhaps if you're supposed to publish in a Scopus Index journal, if you have done that, inshallah, you will be able to graduate. If you are not able to publish in a Scopus Index journal, maybe you are now required to publish in non-index journals, but for two publications.
Okay.
Yeah, so we try to find a balance between the index and the non-index journal. But to be honest, my advice to our students, since you have already carried out, the research, you have carried out your study, why not go all the way?
Okay.
Try to publish in the Scopus Index journals. After all, you have a supervisor who can help you and guide you, inshallah.
Okay. So, in your opinion, Doctor,
Mhm.
is journals impact factors still the best indicator of quality, or should researcher consider other approach? Maybe you can share. Is it just only focusing on publishing in journals,
Mm.
or maybe we can focus other things, or such as publishing in newspaper columns, for example?
Yes, 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 Yami. There are many types of publication actually.
Mm,
Yeah. I think when you become a lecturer, you are expected to publish in various platforms, of
okay.
course. Yeah. But if you are still studying as a master's or a postgraduate student, your focus is of course on your graduation, and you want to fulfill the requirement for your graduation. But that shouldn't stop you. Yeah.
Mm,
If you feel you have an opinion over a certain matter, right? And I think in IIUM, for example, we have this platform where even students can send in short articles, right?
okay.
In IIUM Today, in our own online newspaper. So we do encourage our students to do that as well. But of course, to produce articles for this kind of writings is not as difficult as the publication in journals. But yes, I do encourage students to do that as well. Publication entails reading,
Mm,
yeah, doing your own research, before you can even write or share your ideas on all these different platforms. So I feel whether it's in a newspaper column or even for article publication, you must be able to do or prepare, your own ideas first before you
mm,
start writing. That's very important.
okay. Okay, Doctor. So before we go for our second segments, so this is just I want to maybe throw some critical question for you, Doctor. So the argument is uh, the publications,
Mm-hmm.
the label of publication, especially for high impact journals, high impact publication, is I believe it's really expensive in terms of if we want to send our papers into their labels. So, what do you think about? Is there any I believe that there are some privilege that can be there's some privilege for the students or maybe some lecturers to post the paper if they have money.
Mm-hmm.
But if the people who are don't, so how they want to penetrate to this kind of level high impact publications?
Okay, very good question, Shami.
Mm,
I think this is where networking plays an important role. Yeah,
okay.
when we talk about article publication, it shouldn't be a lonely journey for us. Yeah, we can have co-authors, we can have co-writers. Yeah,
Okay.
at postgraduate level, for example, you always have your supervisors. Yeah, so you will write together with your supervisor based on the research that you are conducting, for
Mhm.
example. And most supervisors, your professors, for example, they do have their own research grants. Yeah, they do
Okay.
have some allocation for publication. Even in our university, we have our own financial assistance given by RMC. Yeah, and this is only given for index publication. So lecturers who would want to publish in Scopus Index journals, for example, we can get financial help from RMC. All right,
Okay.
but
So
it has
RMC
to do.
has a
Yes, we
ad
have the
for
allocation.
okay.
Yes, yeah. So it's not an excuse not
Mm-hmm.
to publish in Scopus Index publication, because we do have the financial assistance actually from our university.
Okay. Just a quick question, Doctor. Is my site is a Scopus Journal?
My site is our own Malaysian indexing.
Okay.
Our Ministry of Higher Education, we
Mm-hmm.
do have our own indexing. In fact, like in Australia, they have
Mm-hmm.
ERA. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's the same level like Scopus also.
It's
But
the
of
same
course,
purpose.
Scopus is, yes, more internationally recognized.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. So thank you, Doctor, for uh, maybe highlight or maybe can give some insight for our first segment. Maybe some of our brothers and sisters is already understand about how is high impact journals uh, works and how they want to uh, send their papers in the high impact journals. So maybe for next segment we will talk about and we will also discuss about developing publishable research. So we want to talk about how to publish
Mm.
the research. Maybe we already have thesis
Mm.
papers and how we want to convert it into journals. After this, we're gonna discuss about it. So we can take a break, Peter. We see you after this. Don't go anywhere. Just listen to IIUM your campus radio. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to our program Young Scholars, and with me Associate Professor Dr. Ainul Aznin. And recently we are discussing about what is high impact journals and how to publish in high impact journals. And right now, this is our second segment, and we're gonna discuss about how to develop and how to publish a research. So before that, Doctor, in our kuliah, Abdul Hamid Abu Sulaiman, Kuliah of Islamic Review Knowledge and Human Science, we also have our journals. We
Yes.
also have our publications. So maybe you can share um, uh, some of the journals that we have.
Yes, I think our students in our kuliah are very, very lucky, because in our kuliah alone, we have 10 journals, all right?
Mhm.
And among them, we also have Scopus Index journals. Yeah, we
Okay.
have Intellectual Discourse and also Asiatic, that are both indexed under Scopus. Yeah, so our students, our postgraduate students, do not need to look far, all right, for potential publications. And of course, there are also the journal, for example, Journal of Islam in Asia,
Mhm.
that can accept not just Arabic and English,
Okay.
but also Indonesian or Bahasa Melayu language, right? So in the past, we've always received articles in English, because our university is using English as the medium of instruction, and so our journals are also in English and also in Arabic, right?
Mhm.
But we also have a journal that accepts the one written in Bahasa Indonesia or Bahasa Malaysia. Now, our journals are also internationally recognized, all right? And I think they have a very wide readership. So in other words, when we publish in our kuliah journals, it will not be read just by our own kuliah or university community, but it will be read worldwide. Yeah. So I think this is very good. This is a very good opportunity for our postgraduate students to start training themselves for article publication.
Mhm.
Um, each journal will have its own whims and fancy, so to speak. We will have to understand what each journal requires,
Okay.
in terms of the manuscript formatting, number of words, right? So not everybody will be familiar with all the journals overnight. So it's a process that we have to learn, all right? And I believe your supervisors, all right, will be able to guide you, for each publication. So if I can just share some of our kuliah journals, we have Intellectual Discourse, Asiatic, we have At-Tajdid, Journal of Linguistics and Literary Studies, Al-Itqan, Al-Burhan, International Journal of Fiqh and Usul Fiqh, Journal of Islam in Asia, Al-Risala. We even have Journal of Religion and Civilization Studies, and also International Journal of Human Sciences. So it's quite a vibrant, all right, a list that we have there. So our students can match whatever research that they are doing with a potential journal that they can send an article for publication, inshallah.
Okay. So, Doctor, maybe me as a student have this kind of question: how we want to publish our journals into our kuliah publications? How is there any some process that we need to follow?
Yes. Okay. Shami, when we carry out our study for our master's or PhD thesis, we always talk about research objective, research questions, right? So, we must know how to strategize the study that we have conducted with the journal that we intend to publish our articles in. Yeah. So I will always tell my students, you're not going to publish the whole thesis that you have written into an article to be sent to a journal. We don't do that. All right. So what we can do is we strategize. Yeah. So in general, I'm speaking about humanities or even Islamic river knowledge. Yeah. Where sometimes we have maybe 3 or 4 research questions. So each research question can be turned into an article,
Okay.
potentially good enough to be sent for an article publication.
Oh,
Yeah. So what you do is just focus on one particular research question and you turn it into an article.
I
All
see.
right. And of course, we have to match, the scope that we have from our own research with the journal that we aim to, in terms of our
Okay.
publication.
Okay. So I believe that uh, is I believe that it's very easy when we see about when we're just focusing about maybe one
Yes,
research question only.
yes,
But
yes.
oh, okay. So maybe we want to ask your experience, Doctor. Is it hard to publish into journals? Maybe in your times, or maybe I believe right now you have also some progress for publication as well. So
Yes.
maybe you can share to us.
Yes, yes. Alhamdulillah, Shami. I think my journey as a PhD student was indeed a wonderful journey. I think I was supervised by a very good professor. I'm actually a graduate from IIUM. Yeah, so my former supervisor has guided me not just for the thesis, for my PhD, but also in terms of publication. And yes, I have to say, until today, we are still working together, publishing articles together. Yeah. I think in terms of my own experience, um, every day is a learning curve for me. All right. We have had our own ups and downs. Yeah. When you talk about publication for index journals, you have to be prepared to wait for acceptance, to wait for maybe even rejection. Yeah. But you learn from all these experiences. All right. I have published in our own local journals, not index. That was probably during my first few years of being a lecturer. Right. I just wanted to get the experience first, and then from there, I slowly started publishing with colleagues from other universities. We have our own portion of work. All right. I mean, I am a qualitative researcher, so I get to do a lot of research with friends and colleagues from other universities as well. So a lot of our articles are co-authored, all right, and then we aim for a particular journal. So yes, sometimes we do have bad reviews But we learn, we learn so that in the next publication, we try to avoid those errors
Okay.
that we have experiences. And Alhamdulillah, I think so far I have been publishing. And for us as lecturers, these are also part of our KPI.
Mm.
Yeah, so we have to fulfill them also.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah.
So I believe it's really important, right, doctor, for
Yes.
at least just uh, move forwards, or maybe we can just start send our
Yes.
papers to publication.
Yes.
Even maybe we can target for non-index first,
Correct.
right?
Yes. You can
So
start small,
right.
you can start small, maybe just with your own friends. Even for my FYP students, these are final year students at undergraduate level. All
Okay.
right. Some of them can really write. The research that they conduct are good research. So I encourage them. Of course, we try to polish their work afterwards before we send for the publication. Yeah, because FYP has a
Mhm.
different formatting, right? But for article publication, it has a different formatting. So we try to work with the students, we refine and polish their work together.
Okay. Okay, doctor. On your points for you says that you sometimes help students to publish their works, right? So is there an in our university, is there any maybe what we call usaha,
Effort.
efforts, or
Mm.
maybe some initiative made by the universities to help students in writing research work, especially
Mm.
because I believe that in writings, right, especially nowadays in our students, the skill of writing is really not good.
Mm.
I believe so, right? Because writing thesis, writing in research and writing in others,
They're
it's
not the
really
same.
it's not the same. It's
Yep.
really different,
Yes.
right? So, is there initiative from the university,
Of
even
course.
from you, because before this you are also a director for
Research.
research,
Yes,
right?
yes,
So maybe
yes.
you can share.
Yes, Shami. I think this is an ongoing effort
Mm-hmm.
actually. Yeah. Our university always provide trainings for our
Mm-hmm.
student by CPS, for example. They do have academic writing, publishing skills from time to time. At our kuliah level, as the former head of research, I have also been invited to several workshop and trainings. Yeah, I personally conducted a few workshops, not just for publication, but even for some of the tools we use in research. As I mentioned, I'm a qualitative researcher, so I even conduct trainings on the use of Atlas TI. Yeah,
Okay.
so all these are important skills that our postgraduate students, in fact, all our students should, try and grab the opportunity for certain trainings and workshops so that they can be, fully prepared by the time they start writing. And I have to say, writing is a skill, yeah, Shami.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yes.
don't become a good writer overnight. No, yeah, you have to keep on writing, refine that skill. Even now, with so many tools on the internet, you also must learn, yeah, to use them strategically, appropriately, and also with some ethical attitude in mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have to, brush the skills, all right, so that we can become good writers, inshallah.
Okay. So it's we have to bear in mind as a students, we have to really need to find an opportunity to upgrade ourselves, right?
Yes,
Especially
yes, yes.
in writing academic papers. And honestly, doctor, for me also, I'm not really good at writings. I'm to be honest. So if doctor have a class after this, maybe you can share to me,
Inshallah.
right? Especially about about the training about HLSDI also, right? Because
Inshallah.
that is also one of the things that students are really interested into. So maybe if doctor have a training, please let us know after this.
Inshallah.
Okay. So before we go to the third segment, maybe our last my last question for before we go into break. Uh, give doctor three piece of advice to our postgraduate students how to prepare their first journal article. what should they do?
Okay. First journal article and three pieces of advice. Wow. I have a long list of advice, Shami. But I think the most important thing is to stay resilient. Yeah. As I mentioned, writing is a skill. All right. So we need to brush up on this skill from time to time. Yeah. And sometimes when you get rejections or even comments from your professors or your supervisors, don't be disheartened. You know, keep going. All right, move forward. All right, because this is all part of learning. Yeah. Number two, I think keep your networking also. All right. Postgraduate study is not supposed to be a lonely journey. All right, you have friends. Yeah, so you can always talk to your friends, discuss what are some of the potential research that you can do together. What are the journals that we can try and send our papers to. You know, sometimes we don't know what some of these good journals are unless we talk to our friends, you know, unless we talk to our supervisors. So keep your networks, all right? Stay in touch with friends, you know. Okay, and then number three, I think very important is after you have put in all this effort, all right, leave it to Allah. Inshallah, you know,
Okay.
he will decide. All right, remember he is the best planner. Yeah, so we can always give our best. Yeah, but finally it will all be in the hands of Allah. Inshallah. Yeah.
Inshallah. Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Ainul. So we're gonna take a break, and after this, we're gonna discuss about our third segment, which is strategize for publishing success and future direction. So don't forget to listen to our programs. Do follow all of our social media account. We have Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and also Facebook. iium.fm, your campus radio. See you after this.
It's been 16 years. What an incredible journey. To all our listeners, thank you for being with us. This is IIMFM celebrating 16 years of your campus radio.
Let's lead the way, lighten the future, share the wisdom to the spirit of Islam. Revelation and reason, we shall excel, we shall prevail. Merging faith and knowledge, we the Khalifa, we will fulfill the amanah. Together we make the world a better place. Forever expand the culture of Iqra. IUM is to realize the meaning of Ramadan el Amin. Together we make the world a better place.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to our program Young Scholars with me, Shahmi Zalani, and also accompanied me in our studio, Associate Professor Dr. Ainul Aznin. So, is it okay, Doctor, for our discussion so far?
Alhamdulillah, so far so good, Shami.
Okay, Alhamdulillah.
I hope I'm giving some good ideas to our postgraduate students, inshallah.
It's I believe that you already share some really significant, really important points to our students, inshallah. So, for our third segment, right, which is strategies for publishing success and future directions. So, for the start, maybe you can share what are the practical strategies can postgraduate students adopt to increase their chance of publication?
Okay, I think the most basic thing, a student can do, you can start publishing from your own work, which is your own thesis.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, some of us who have attended courses, even the assignments or the project papers from your respective classes that you have attended, that can also be turned into potential articles for publication. I have in the past published papers even from my students' assignments. Of course, it's done
Okay.
together, because a good lecturer also can identify the students' potential work that can be published. All right. So, when you talk about publication, it's all also based on the research that you have conducted. It's also based on the work that you have done. Yeah. So all of this can be turned into potential publication, Shami.
Okay. So it's also really important to have what we call an opportunity eye, right, Doctor? Because as you say, you just see in your students' assignments, right? It's just an assignments, but they have a potential to become a
Yes,
publication.
of course.
So, is there any way also, Doctor, maybe you can get that opportunity to publish, to publish as apa ni, research papers? Is that
Yes, of course. I have helped my students to publish even from their own assignments. And then we start sending abstracts to conferences, for example,
okay?
and the student would go on to present a paper based from the project that they have done in class with me. Yeah, Alhamdulillah, I have done that in the past, and I can I can proudly say that some of my students have gone even to pursue their PhD in these particular areas. Alhamdulillah. So it started from just the assignment in class, yeah. But we try to inspire our students to go, beyond our classroom work, and these are potential publications actually.
Okay. You talk about conference, and obviously we can say that conference is also part of when we do networking for
Yes.
our portfolios, for our share our research work. So,
Yes.
is it important, Doctor, to open up our networking?
Yes, Shami. I think conferences are very important.
Mhm.
All right. Some people underestimate the importance of conferences actually,
Mm.
when in fact this is the platform where we meet people who share the same interests. Some of them share the same ideas as we do. So conferences would give us that opportunity to meet, people with the same interests like we do. And so when we meet them, we exchange ideas, and of course at the end of the day, we try to have a connection with them,
Mhm.
and hopefully we'll be able to work with them, not just in terms of research but also for publication. Yeah, Alhamdulillah, I think our university has established itself, right, even at the international level, and I can personally say that I'm very proud to be part of our kuliah and our university, because of our reputation.
Mhm.
We have been invited to become part of international research teams. I am also personally involved with the Erasmus project, as you can see, and this has given me a lot of opportunity for networking. And Alhamdulillah, we are coming towards the end of our research project now, and of course there are publications that are in the pipeline, and I feel very honored and privileged to be part of the authors and writers for the publication. Yeah. So actually, we must also build, all right, that portfolio.
Mhm.
Yeah. The papers that we write, the papers that we send for article publication, it doesn't just stop there at the journal, but it is for the wider readership actually. They identify us from the papers that we write actually. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Doctor. So, at behind you, we have a banner there.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, it's not a banner, it's a bunting actually.
Okay.
Okay, maybe you can share a little bit about this project, Doctor.
Okay, so this is actually an Erasmus project. It's sponsored by the European Union, and Alhamdulillah, our team leader from the University of Oxford, they were searching for partners from this part of the world. That means they were searching for partners from Asia and particularly from Malaysia. And Alhamdulillah, they approached us at our kuliah because they know we have the experts, in interreligious cooperation and also teacher training. All
Okay.
right. So right now, my team members, actually there are two of us, Associate Professor Dr. Fatimah from the Department of Usuluddin and also myself from the Department of English. So we are the team members representing IIUM. And in fact, we are representing Asia because we are the only country from Asia.
Okay.
There are actually four other universities or four other partners from Germany, from Albania, from Spain, and also from Austria. So last February, I was in Austria attending one of the transnational meetings. So we are trying to tackle what we call the climate change. All right, and now we feel this is a global issue, and we as academicians, all right, we as people who work with knowledge, all right, there's something that we must do to help tackle the climate issue. So our title is actually facing global challenges, environmental and peace education in interreligious cooperation for teacher training. Alhamdulillah, we are almost towards the end of our project. I will be traveling to Germany, inshallah, in October to wrap up the whole project.
Okay, this is really interesting about the project. So congratulations to Doctor and also all of the team. And inshallah, may Allah ease all of your journey
Inshallah.
towards
Thank
the end,
you.
inshallah. Okay, Doctor. Before we end off our episode, right, this evening, because we have several minutes more before we end off our program. So, our last question, right? This is a closing question. Um, what is the single biggest mistake postgraduate students should avoid when aiming for high impact journals publication?
I think some of us can be very over ambitious, Shami,
Okay.
hoping that our first attempt will be a success. Yeah.
Mm,
So it's not wrong to have, high target and, you aim high, for example, right? It's not wrong. But you also have to be prepared, all right? Because publishing high impact publication, comes with its own rules and regulation, tricks, strategies. So we have to be prepared to be commented. We have to be prepared to be rejected. Yeah. For me, this is all part of the learning curve. Being a postgraduate student, also part of our experience as being an academician. Yeah. So I think we have to be open, all right, about all these different parts of publication. So as I said earlier on, be resilient. All right. Do not give up easily. Yeah. Inshallah. All right. When we start publishing, we'll get the hang of it. Inshallah, we will have
inshallah.
papers to be published. Inshallah.
And also they have a lot of supports that have been given by the university and also the
Yes.
kuliahs, right, Doctor?
Yes. Yes.
So we have to our brothers and sisters, don't forget to reach out any help that we can get,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so lastly, Doctor, so if you could leave one final message for our postgraduate students who inspire you to become successful researchers, what would it be?
Um, I don't know, Shami. There are a lot of advice that I can give, but I think to all our postgraduate students, remember what was the intention, all right? What was your original intention when you embark on this study, all right?
Okay.
Make sure your nawaitu, all right, is on the right track. why is it that you wanted to do your masters? Why is it that you wanted to do your PhD? Yeah. First and foremost, it has to be because you want to seek knowledge,
Okay.
because you are a Muslim, all right, and you want to contribute, all right, to the society and to the ummah. Yeah. Inshallah, if you have the right niyah, all right, your nawaitu is a positive one, Allah will ease and give you assistance in ways sometimes you don't expect. Yeah, inshallah. I think very important, um leave the final decision, all right, or the final results in the hands of Allah. Yeah, make dua every day, make dua, um put in your effort, give it your best. Yeah, inshallah, the rest leave it to Allah, inshallah.
Inshallah. And I believe, Doctor, it's not only, I believe this is not a race, right, Doctor?
No,
It's
of
not a race
course,
for who can manage to publish more papers.
of course,
And I believe the most important things is that how we want to uh, create or how we want to publish really high quality papers, research work.
inshallah.
I think that's the things that is really important, and we should bear in our mind as a student or postgraduate. Okay, so thank you very much, Dr. Ainul, for spending time with me today.
Thank you, Shami.
And I hope that all of the points that been given by Dr. Ainul can benefit all of us who are maybe currently stuck on how we want to publish papers. Um, I hope that this will benefit us all, inshallah.
Inshallah.
So thank you very much, Dr. Ainul, for the for the point that you give to us. And thank you to all of our listeners, because this is the end of our episode. And also this is the end of our program as well for this semester. So inshallah, maybe we can see again for our next semester, for the next semester in September,
In
inshallah, right?
September, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yes.
So thank you very much to all of our listeners. Don't forget to follow all of our social media account, um, iium.fm. So thank you very much. We see you after this. Inshallah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
It's been 6